In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this Sunburst sunflower granny square. You can use whatever yarn you'd like, whatever needle size you'd like, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm using 100% acrylic in a medium 4-weight, and this is a 5mm needle. You'll also need a pair of scissors and some yarn needles to tuck those tail ends in. So with this granny square, there are 4 rows. The 3 innermost rows are circles, and then the last row is where we square things off. So we can go ahead and get started. So take your center color, and we're gonna start with a slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, I typically just wrap around the finger twice. Take the back one over the front, the back one again over the front, and pull through. Place your needle inside that loop and tighten up. So we're going to start with 4 chains. So when you have your 4 chains, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first chain. You're going to grab yarn, pull through, and then pull through that loop as well. So now you'll have a little circle. So from here, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be, it's going to simulate a double crochet, and then we're going to do 15 more double crochets in this circle. So total you would have 16. So to double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert into the middle of that hole, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do that all the way around until you have 16 total. I lost count, I was not counting, so let's go ahead and count. So you'll just take that first 3 chain and you're going to count that as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3 more. And then we're going to close this circle with a slip stitch on the very top chain. So we're going to find that top chain, and we're just going to put our needle right through. Put your needle right through, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through both. Then you're going to chain 1 to close off. You cut this yarn, and then I just pull the yarn through the loop, and you can tighten up here. So here is your first row. I'm gonna leave the tail ends until later. I just tuck them in all at the end. So we're gonna go ahead and start with round 2. So take the color that you're gonna use for the second round. And you wanna place that tail in front, place your project on top. And we're gonna be working along the chains on top. So you'll find these loops here. We're going to be working right in there. So you're going to put your needle through, and then you're going to chain 1. These are going to be puff stitches. So to do the puff stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert into the same chain, pull up a loop. You're going to do that 2 more times in the same chain. So yarn over, pull up a loop. 1 more time, yarn over in the same chain and pull up a loop. So you'll have 7 loops on your needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through all 7, and then you're going to chain 1 to close that. Now for the first one, we chained 1 before we started. You only have to do that for the first one. We're going to continue all the way around with simply yarning over and into the chain. So that's 1. That's 2, and that's 3. Yarn over, pull through all, chain 1 to close. So we're going to do that all the way around. So you should have 16 puff stitches. This is my last one, so yarn over, into the chain, pull through. Yarn over, into the chain, pull through. So we're still going to chain 1. We're going to slip stitch in between these 2 puffs. So you just insert your needle in between, pull the yarn through, and then pull through the loop. To close, we're going to chain 1 and cut the yarn. And then I just take the loop and pull through to tighten up. This is really bugging me. So I'm going to clip this. Every time I see it, I'm like, what is that hanging? There we go. Much better for my mental health. Okay, so we have the third color. We're going to put the tail right on top, the project on top. You can start anywhere. I like to kind of start close to the tail. And then we're going to be working in between the puff stitches. So we'll take the needle, insert in between the puff stitch, then you're going to grab some yarn, pull through. So only for the first one, we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to yarn over into that space, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 2 half double crochets. We want to make sure we have 4 before we continue. So we're going to do that again, yarn over into the space, then yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3 half double crochets. We're going to do that one more time. Pull through 2. We have 4 half double crochets. So now we have 4 loops on the needle. That's only because it's the first one. The rest of them are going to have 5 on the loop, so don't get confused. But for the first one, we're going to yarn over, pull through 4, then chain 2. Now for the rest of them, we don't have to chain anything in the beginning. It's only the first one. So we're going to yarn over right into the next space, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 half double crochet. We're going to do that 4 times. That's 3 and 1 more. Okay, so now we have 5 loops on the needle. So yarn over, pull through all of them, and chain 2. We're going to do that all the way around in between the puff stitches. So basically we're doing 4 half double crochets in each space and then pulling through all the loops. So here I have 4, 5 loops on the needle, yarn over, pull through all, and chain 2. All right, so I'll meet you all the way at the end so that I can show you how to close this. Same thing. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through all of them, chain 2. And here we're going to slip stitch in between these 2 petals to close everything together. Place that between here, grab the yarn, pull through, then you're going to pull through that loop. Chain 1, and you can cut that to finish off this row. Tug that tight and you have your 3 rows. So the last one is going to be squaring everything off. So before I show you with the yarn, I just want to show you, it's easier to kind of have an understanding of what's going on. Here we have the corners, then we're going to decrease, decrease, increase, increase. So in each corner, in this one space, you have 3 treble crochets, 2 chains, and 3 treble crochets, all into the same space. That's how you create the corner. Then we're going to decrease 3 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, 3 double crochets as we increase again. And then to make the corner, again in the same space, we're going to do 3 treble crochets, 2 chains, 3 treble crochets. And that continues all the way around to create a square. I also drew everything out because it might be a little bit easier to see. So here you have the circle, and what's going to create the square is the decreases and the increases. So we'll start here with the three treble crochets. So we'll 3 treble, chain 2, 3 treble in the same space. We'll move on to the next space, 3 double, 3 half double, increase, 3 double. Then we get to the corner where we do 3 treble, chain 2, 3 treble. And that's just repeated all the way around. So go ahead and grab your last color. And you can start anywhere you'd like. We're going to go in between these petals. So take your needle, pull through. And only for the first one, we're going to start with 4 chains. 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 1 treble crochet. It's the same length as a treble. So to do a treble, we're going to yarn over again, and then into the same space, drop a loop. You should have 4 loops on your needle. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's a treble. Now we have 1, 2. We're going to do 1 more treble. That's 3 treble. Now to make a corner, we need 3 treble, chain 2, 3 treble in the same space. So I'm going to chain 2, then 3 more trebles in that same space. All right, so now we have our first corner. 3 treble, 2 chain, 3 treble in that same space. Now we're going to move on to the next space, and we're decreasing. So we're going to do 3 double crochets into this space. So we have decreased. Now we're going to decrease again 1 more time, and we're going to do a half double. So yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to yarn over through all 3. So yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So now you can see where it's creating that straight line into a corner. So because it's a circle, we need to decrease, and now when we're getting to the other corner, we're going to start to increase. So here, we're going to go back up to a double crochet. So 3 double crochets in this space. Then we're going to increase again. This is going to be a corner. So in this corner, we're going to do 3 treble, 2 chain, 3 treble in the same space. Okay, so that's 3 treble. We're going to chain 2. 3 treble, we have another corner. Do you see how it kind of comes down? So we're going to repeat that exact same process all the way around. You can go back to the little diagram to make sure you're doing it right, and I'll meet you up here so that we could close off this granny square. I'm right at the end. I have these double crochets here. These are the trebles on the corner. So we're just going to slip stitch into that top chain on the first treble. I'm going to go in here, insert your needle, pull through, chain 1, and tighten up. So here you go, you have your sunflower granny square, and you do have all of these tails. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to tuck in the tails. You want to grab your yarn needle and you want to get that in. So I thread the yarn into the needle, and then I just start to incorporate it into the chains, just to kind of hide it like that. And then I'll come over here and snip. So as you can see, that is really well hidden. So I just do that with all of them. You can clean this up, and then you'll have really beautiful granny squares to make for whatever project you'd like. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful and create some of your own. Take care.